Would you rather make $50,000 a year as a business owner or $500,000 as an employee?
$500,000 as an employee.
Why?
Because I just experienced doing the whole entrepreneurship thing. I honestly think that there's way too much of a headache. There's instability. There's no planning for your future. You have to worry about healthcare, all your insurance. You don't know if you're going to get a new client, if income's going to be stable. Whereas at a company, you know you're going to get a paycheck bi-weekly, weekly. Your family's taken care of because you have a 401k.
So you don't want the risk, basically.
Yeah, you don't want the risk. Also, it becomes your whole life if you're an entrepreneur.
This is what date night turns into when you're old and a married couple. Literally ordered all this food.
Yeah. You know what perfect date night for me would be?
What?
All this food, me, the Xbox, and that's it. Just that's it. Nobody else.
You had people write in saying that they always attract the same man.
Because you the same woman. You would like to believe you not. But like I just said, trying to change relationships without changing who you are is equivalent to trying to change your address to avoid the mailman from bringing you bills. You're going to go move from Torrance to Beverly Hills, and you're going to have a different mailman bring you the same message. Mm-hmm. You went from dating a guy who drive race cars to dating a guy who's a church man, but it's both ended in calamity. The message is still the same, because sometimes it really is you.
Damn. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. 13, 14, 1,200 on cars, on one vehicle. The car payment, that is the thing. That is the gap that keeps the middle class from becoming and building wealth. The average car payment, $717 for one person. And if you invested that money just over 30 years at a 10% rate, that's over $1.4 million.
Your wife pays half the rent?
Not half the rent. I said her portion of the rent.
You did say her portion. Oh, boy, you
There's a difference. Oh, There's a difference.
You got out of that. That's a good one.
That's
You
just
slipped it.
I mean, you my man, so I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say what I want to say. You my man, CP. I ain't gonna say what I want to say. But
go ahead, say it.
Nah, you my man, CP. I don't think you can take that. I ain't gonna say what I want to say, man. CP, you know how it goes, CP. A lot of times when they paying portions of rent and stuff like that, a lot of things become a little more difficult. I'm pretty sure you're a nice guy.
A little more difficult?
It does. I mean, depending on your character, let's say.
My character's solid.
All right, you
and my wife's character is solid.
Remember about 2 years ago when they laughed at me and they said, Anton, ha, 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 joke's on you for going to get a regular job? Remember when they laughed at me? Like that was something to be ashamed of. We not ashamed when the homies go to jail, but we ashamed when somebody go and get a regular job. We not ashamed when somebody can have a kid out of wedlock, but then they tease me for holding on to my marriage and being married for more than 2 decades after they said that it was impossible. We ashamed of going to community college, but you'd rather get that name behind the first 2 years of your degree in order to be able to get all of the student loan debt so that they can then control you for the rest of your life and then control your voting patterns and then hold that over your head and say, either you vote for me or you don't get no student loan forgiveness. That's not freedom.
A woman never dates down, only up. That's why a millionaire can go get a Hooters chick and marry her if he finds her attractive. But some high-powered lawyer woman is never going to get some guy working at AutoZone. Never, ever.
I'm going to tell you the #1 secret, what women want.
Okay, go.
They want a commitment. That's all they want. They want a committed person. They want a commitment. They want to feel safe, secure, and commitment.
She made $50 million on OnlyFans.
Dang.
And she was asked a couple weeks ago to speak at Oxford, the University of Oxford in England, in the UK. And people lost their mind. And here's the thing. Here's the reason why I bring this up. I don't want to marry Danielle Bergoli. I don't. This is not my type. The point I'm trying to make is people can do whatever the they want. You getting mad about it doesn't fix anything, but you need to have boundaries for yourself.
This is a really good comment, and it's not even a super chat. This is depressing. Deregulating the sexual marketplace has made women confident enough to themselves out to the internet. Zero guilt, zero accountability, zero hope for the future generations.
Hold on, but is that going to change though, Rollo?
No, not.
Thank you,
Mike.
Thank you. This is my point.
No.
You are sitting, all of you guys who are clenching your buttholes and gnashing your teeth. It's not going to change. Dude, listen, honestly, it's hard for me as a 45-year-old man. I want somebody who's probably not going to do some of these things. I have boundaries and I have things that I see as red flags. Now, I love hearing the guy stories because it makes my podcast better. I will listen to them all day. But the reality of the situation is, while it may be depressing for me sometimes also, the reality of the situation is the belief, any type of belief that we're going to go back in this other direction and we're going to have some sort of like caliphate, stone women for cheating. It's not, we're not going in that direction, guys. We're just not. So you can, here's the thing, the water is rushing in one direction. You can choose to try to swim upstream, or you can choose to build a hydroelectric dam. That is the choice you get to make.